Welcome to the Financial Flow. Please like and subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to stay up on our latest videos. Since yesterday, the expected payout of each Powerball lottery ticket has become positive. This means that the total prize pot has grown so big that if you bought every possible number combination and were the only winner, you would walk away with a cool $241 million after taxes and expenses. What's the catch though? Well, beside the fact that it would be very hard to buy all 292 million numbers and hope that no one else has the exact same combination, it would also be very expensive. So now that the lottery has paid out a record $2 billion and each ticket has an effective return on investment of 0.20 cents, I think it's worth breaking down your best chances of winning, why so many lottery winners go broke, and how you could invest such a large amount if you win, so you don't have to go to work tomorrow. Now, here's what you need to know about the $2 billion infinite money glitch. Before we talk about why the lottery was made and how it's been a tax on the poor, it's important to know how likely you are to win. Even though the odds are 1 in 302 million, it's hard to imagine how small that number really is. Well, I guess you could buy all the 292,200,000 possible winning combinations for $584,400,000. Win the $2 billion jackpots and beat the system if you were the only winner. But even if you had 48 hours to buy every single winning combination, you would have to print 1,700 tickets every second for that plan to work. Not only that, but it has also been found that the higher the potential prize, the lower the expected payout. This is because more tickets that are sold, the more likely it is that the top prize will be split among several winners. But on the bright side, if hundreds of millions of tickets are sold, someone has to win, right? Well, before we start looking into how to win, you should first think about if this is something you really want. With so much money on the line, you should ask yourself, why so many lottery winners end up going broke? The answer starts with how the lottery was made. Unlike what most people think, the lottery is not some kind of altruistic gift that gives people a chance to win the life they've always wanted. Instead of raising taxes, the real goal was to help pay for state and local government from the start. Back then, many states needed to raise more money to pay for public infrastructure, but raising taxes was unpopular. So the lottery grew in its place. He came up with a system where a certain range of numbers would be picked at random on a regular basis. If no tickets were sold for the winning combination, the payout would go up in proportion to the number of tickets sold, and the process would keep going until someone won. Over time though, states started to realize that the bigger the expected payout, the more money they made, even if the odds of winning were much lower. After all, if no one wins, the money rolls over into the next one. This makes the jackpot go up even more, which makes more people buy in and raises even more money. But how do you win? If you're lucky enough to match all 6 winning numbers, you can start. The amount you see in the headline is not going to be the amount you get. It won't even be close. See, if you want the elusive $1.9 billion, you have to agree to take it as 30 equal annual payments that increase by 5% each year. After 30 years, you'll have the amount shown. But this would be a really bad deal for reasons I'll explain shortly. You'll also have the option of taking a lump sum payment of $929 million. So what makes the annuity payment so much worse if you end up with more? Well, if you invested $538 million and got an average return of 6%, you would have more than $3 billion by the time your annuity paid out the full $2 billion. So there you go. You're now a hypothetical $1 billion richer because you watched this video and hopefully hit the like button. However, in terms of how you can invest this money and why so many lottery winners end up broke and filing for bankruptcy, these are the facts. Because as fun as it might be to think about winning, there is a dark side that needs to be talked about. On the surface, it seems that a third of lottery winners go bankrupt and 70% lose all of their money within a few years. Other studies shown that lottery winners are often cut off from family and friends, and have a higher rate of depression and divorce than people who did not win the lottery. You might wonder why this happens. If you dig deeper, you'll find that people who buy lottery tickets usually don't know much about money and don't have much saved. which is why they're buying a ticket in the first place. That doesn't mean that the rich people don't buy lottery tickets for fun, but it's estimated that 40% of lottery ticket buyers in California were unemployed. It was also found that most lottery tickets were bought in low-income zip codes, with 60% coming from those with the lowest 30% of income. So if a person who doesn't know much about money wins $1 billion, they probably won't be able to handle it well. Add to that, all of your friends and family asking for handouts, risky investments, extravagant purchases, pressure from everyone you know, and pressure from a spouse who might want to do something else with the money. And it's easy to see how the money could quickly disappear. Because of this, the lottery is often called a regressive tax on the poor, and it's pretty amazing how much money this brings in. Some states get more money from the lottery than from corporate income taxes. In reality, it's best to approach the situation calmly and logically with the help of professionals who know what they're doing. The more time you have to set up this help, the better. But when it comes to investing the money, this is where the fun starts. And this is your chance to become one of the richest people in the world. It's just a few steps. Well, like I said, let's say you took the lump sum and after taxes, were left with $528 million, so you could spread it around. First, I would put $150 million in low-fee total stock market index fund like VT-SAX. This gives you access to the whole US stock market, and if you spend just 3% of it every year, you'll get $375,000 every month without ever running out of the principal. Second, I would put another $150 million into low-cost bond market index funds like VBTLX. This would give you a fairly safe and stable investment with a lot less risk than stocks, and their bond funds are currently giving you 4.1% return on your money. If we did the same thing as above and only spent 3% of it, that's another $375,000 every month without running out. This should give you more diversification, a great tax benefit, and a 5% return if you invest carefully. Again, if you only spend 3% of that, you'll have another $187,500 every month. Then after that 5th year, I would take another $40 million and invest it in 2 to 10-year treasuries that are currently paying more than 4%. This would be your emergency fund in case something goes wrong, and you shouldn't touch this money unless you have to. The 6th leaves you with $38 million to spend however you want, with no restrictions. You'll also have a very safe monthly income of $1.1 million no matter what happens, and you'll never run out. Aside from that though, here's the thing. From a mathematical point of view, there is never a time when it makes sense to buy a lottery ticket. Even though each ticket has an expected positive value of 0.20 cents, you would have to risk so much money to ever make those profits that it's not even worth it. They're sure that someone will win, usually the government. It's so fun to think about what you would do if you won, but I think that's where it should end. In fact, during times when lottery records were kept, even if you bought every possible winning combination to make sure you won the jackpot, you would only have a 22% chance of keeping the jackpot all to yourself. Studies have shown that the lottery winners are no happier than those who didn't win. So if all other things are the same, it's not a good idea. So if buying a lottery ticket is the price you have to pay to daydream about what you would do if you won, then go ahead and do it for fun. But like I said, you would be better off doing almost anything else than buying lottery tickets. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Have a good one.